So we're going to talk about designing CTAs, call to action buttons inside Klaviyo. And this can apply to many other email accounts, email software providers as well. Just depends on how their styling platform works. But the basic concept stands. So one thing I recommend whenever you are building out your email templates is to also have a standard template for your CTAs. So what that means is just have different CTAs that you can pull from whenever you need to plot them in your email. Just because, sometimes your regular rectangle shaped one can get boring with the solid background. You want to use one that has an outline design. You want to use one that has some contrast, or you want to use a rounded one. And these are great ways that you can test your different CTAs to see what works, to see what resonates, and they'll just be useful in the long run. So I'm going to show you in this quick video how to create each of these. They're really easy. They take about less than a minute to create in your platform. All you have to do is plug in your colors and your brand tones and you're good to go. So the first one is what I like to call the drop shadow CTA. So it's a little bit one of the more non-basic ones. So I'm going to show you that one first. Now this pink is the color that I have for my brand, as well as the black. So this is on brand. And I'm going to first open this up so that way you can see what the style is and you can copy this if you need to. So I clicked on it, and then now I'm going to go over to block styles here on the left. So the background color, this pink, refers to the whole shade of the actual button. The border radius 2 refers to that little curve here that you see. And just as an example, maybe this one, I can't really tell, but it's a little less of a curve, I think. I can't tell. But here, I'll show you. So instead of, let's say 2, let's see if I put that at 0, what happens? It's completely perfect cornered, right? 1's going to be a little less. So I'm just going to keep it at 2, just a little soft round edge. There's no border. So if it's at 0, you can see there's no black outline border, the way this one has a black outline border. Now you do see this line underneath. Now what's that? That is the drop shadow. So if I leave my drop shadow at the color black, that's what color it would be. Let's say I want to make my drop shadow a little bit of a darker pink. So there we go. That's probably a little darker. So now it really looks like a shadow, right? It's a little darker than this pink here. That's what that would look like. I want to keep it black, so I'm going to just go back to black here. And then that's really it. I'm going to show you what this means in a second, but the top padding just means how tall, how wide, how tall is it? And then the padding left, right means how wide it is, all right? The button text color, this is your font. So Shop Zodiac Signs is that black over here. Then you choose your font and your font size. That's really all you need to do. If you need to play with the margins, you can, but that's it. That's basically how I created that. So how I created that, that button. So I'm going to actually just recreate it again. I am going to recreate it off of this. Actually, I'm going to start from here. So I'm going to go to button. And so this is the standard default Klaviyo button. Now, I'm going to actually just leave it at make your purchase. That way you guys can see the difference. All right, I'm going to go here to block styles. And I'm going to go back to that pink I had, which was there. The border radius, remember, was 2. No border at all. I did have a drop shadow, which was down to black. And then my font, which is black. And actually one more thing, so I want to change that font to the font that I had, which was a bold Arial black. You can do whatever size you want, but I'll put it at 18. And that's it. I recreated that button less than a second. All right, the next one is the Shop Zodiac Sign, and I call this the transparent but outlined CTA. So let's again open this up so you can see the styles of that block. So the background is white, obviously. Border radius is again 2. Now I do have a border on this one. It is at 1. So I have to make sure it's on solid because I just want a solid border. No drop shadow, right? Because it just has a border all around. So no drop shadow. And then same thing, 12 and 20 has that same size, and I have all my fonts. So again, let me recreate that for you. I'm gonna go and drag my button over here. Just drag it below. And just again, I like my CTA in all caps, so make your purchase. And then I'm going to go back to block styles over here. Remember, background is white or whatever color your whole email background is. In my case, it's white. Border radius was 2. Border is 1, and I'm going to go ahead and make it a solid border. No drop shadow needed, and I'll just go ahead and put those at the same style as the other ones, 12 and 20. And then now I got to put in the text, because as you can see there is no, you can't see the text. So there we go. Let me change the font to Arial Black, and we're good to go. Then, of course, you can just make it a little bigger if you want to. All right, so that's how I created that. Let's do this next one. This one's the easier one. It's pretty much just a solid block. Again, I'm gonna go to make your purchase. Actually, let's just go back and review the styles for you guys. So block styles, I have my color in the background. Border radius is 2, border is 1. And then this one I have a 12 and 40 as it is a little bit longer than the rest of them. And everything else remains the same. So just click back on that and just get my brand color in there. Border radius 2, like we just said. No border. Let's see. I think this was, we have this at 12 and then 40. And then my text color for this one is back to black. And then I have my Arial Black and then 18, and there we go. There we created it. And then the last one, so shop zodiac signs, and it comes out as a little like, roundish button. So let's go into block styles. Background is black. Border radius, now you see how big this difference is, 20. So that's what makes it really round. No border needed because it's all black, or just no border needed. And then 12 and 40, same thing for the rest. So again, I'm gonna take that CTA from the styling block over there. I'm going to make your purchase, go back into styles. I'm gonna make this black. Border radius, remember that was a big border radius, which was 20. No border needed here, and then 12, and then 40. Text color is fine. Let's just go back to Arial Black. Let's make that 18, and there we go. We have our fourth button, which was a super rounded corners. So that's it. That's how you create all of these different CTAs inside Klaviyo. And again, I recommend that you just keep a template of these. What I would say if you are using Klaviyo or any other provider that lets you save blocks is I would add these. So I already have this one saved, so I'm not going to do that one, but I'm going to add this one and call it my CTA Black Outline Transparent. And then this one I'm going to call CTA Standard Pink Background. And then I'm going to save this one CTA Rounded Corners. Oops, corners. And there you go. So anytime I needed to change them in my emails, I would just go to here to save blocks. And then I would see my list of CTAs that I can choose from and just drop it in, insert block, and there I have it. All right, so look forward to seeing what you guys create and the different types of CTAs that you'll have, and then you can start testing them out. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments.